Hello, friends. We are in 2026, and many of us are still debating on how to invest, where to invest, and what is the right amount to invest. How do we budget for investing? But before all this, we first need to have an investment platform to enable us to begin our investment journey. In this session, we will be looking at the different investment platforms out there. If you are a complete beginner or already have an investment account on one of the platforms and are looking to see if it is the right fit for you, then you are at the right place. We will be exploring the different investment platforms and study each of them to help you decide the best fit for your needs. I have been investing since several years, deeply invested in all the investment buckets out there, made wrong decisions, spent years learning, researching, and comparing the different investment options, gained expertise in financial analysis thanks to my research and, of course, my MBA in finance and strategy and the work that I have been doing since the past few years. I'm here to take you through my journey and help you build yours. So let's address the very first question on how to invest. While there could be many ways to invest, for me, the main two ways that I have been using for my investment is my 401k bucket that is open through my organization, and second is my own investment brokerage account. So here we are going to find out all the different platforms and investment options that are available out there. And then we will decide together on what is the best suitable option for you. So let's look at the different investment platforms available. So there are three types of investment platforms with no fees and no minimums. So first are the fund managers that we all know, mainly Vanguard and Fidelity. And then we have trading or brokerage accounts like Robinhood, Charles Schwab, E-Trade. And then we have banking platforms. Nowadays, banks are also offering investment platforms. So if you already have a savings and a checking account with your local bank, you can easily open an investment account with not much additional information that would be needed otherwise. So banks like Chase, Wells Fargo, SoFi, they all offer investment platforms for self-investment. And then you have financial advisors like Edward Jones and many other local advisors in your city. They're really good for those who do not want to take the headache of doing self-investment, but don't mind paying that 1% or 1.5% fee on all the investments that you do with them. So, and mind you, this can add up to quite a bit of money, by the time you retire. Consider, you're paying a fee every year for the next 20 or 30 years. So, so let's go ahead, do a deep dive and see the pros and the cons of each of these platforms and then see which one suits your need the best. So let's look at the two fund managers, that's Vanguard and Fidelity. We all have heard about both of these fund managers. Now let's look at the different investment options that these two fund managers provide. Now, so let's start with the retirement options. So both of them almost offer similar kind of offerings for us. That is employer 401k plans, traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs, and of course the 529 educational plans. But the one difference that I see between Vanguard and Fidelity is Vanguard offers a cash plus account, which is very similar to a high yield savings account with a 3.35% APY. That is the interest that you earn on your cash that is deposited in the Vanguard Cash Plus account. Whereas Fidelity offers a health savings account. It's mainly used for medical expenses, for a future medical expenses, and whatever amount you invest in the health savings account, it's tax deductible and the growth is tax free. So there is no tax charged on the withdrawal for any medical expenses. I think that's one of the biggest advantages of Fidelity. Now, Vanguard does offer a health savings account, but not on its platform. It offers an HSA account in partnership with Health Equity, which might charge its own administrative fees. So that's something you might want to consider before looking at where to begin or where to start your HSA account if you don't already have one. Now, the different investment options that both the platforms offer, again, they're very, very similar with just a few differences. Like both of them offer individual and joint brokerage accounts. Both of them give you an option to invest in ETFs, mutual funds, or certificate of deposits. Now, the one advantage of Fidelity over Vanguard is Fidelity has a Fidelity Zero line, wherein you can invest in mutual funds without any minimum requirements and at zero fees. So that is something that is really very advantageous when it comes to having Fidelity as your fund manager. And yeah, no similar offerings by Vanguard at the moment, but we never know when Vanguard will come up with something of their own. Now, another pro with Fidelity is Fidelity offers fractional shares buy. That is, if you want to invest in, say, S&P 500, say SPY, which is currently priced at $600, but you don't have $600, say you have $50 to invest this week, but you want to invest in S&P 500, right? So you can use that $50 or $100 to get a part of the SPY stock. So that's a big flexibility that Fidelity offers on its platform. But with Vanguard, it might allow fractional buys only if you are buying a Vanguard ETF. It does not allow fractional buys on individual stocks or non-Vanguard ETFs. So yeah, I think that's one of the biggest advantage of Fidelity over Vanguard. So we have seen all the pros and cons, of these two fund managers, and it's for you to decide which one suits your need the best. So to sum it all up, Vanguard is mainly used by consumers for passive long-term investing who are not looking at really a lot of options, but they're just happy the way with the options that Vanguard offers. And Fidelity is mainly used by active traders needing advanced trading options. Personally, I feel it's always good to have those options available at your hand, if you want to use it in the future. So I personally have a Fidelity account right now for all my retirement investments. So now that we have seen the two most commonly used fund managers, Vanguard and Fidelity, let's look at the different brokerage platforms out there. So here we have the two most commonly known or most commonly used, or I would say call it like the famous, trading or brokerage platforms, Robinhood and Charles Schwab. And there are many others available out there, but for now, to begin with, let's compare these two, So the pros, both of them offer commission-free stocks and ETFs. Both of them offer fractional shares buy. Easy mobile trading, they have really good mobile platforms. One is, whereas Robinhood is good for beginners, they do not really provide you access to all the financial analysis or the technical analysis for the different stocks, but it's a really good platform for beginners. Whereas Charles Schwab, they have something called as a Think or Swim platform that gives you technical analysis of the stock. So when you go deeper into investment and you want to have an option to do technical analysis, Charles Schwab will give you that access to Thinkorswim platform, and it's included. It's free. It's right there for you to use if you have an account with Charles Schwab. One thing that Charles Schwab has in addition to Robinhood is it allows you to buy mutual funds and also invest in international stocks, like say Taiwan Semiconductor or Alibaba, so it's going to allow you to invest in international stocks and allows you to buy mutual funds and bonds, whereas Robinhood, you cannot trade international stocks, mutual funds, or bonds on a Robinhood platform. So it is quite restrictive, and that's why it's mainly for beginners. But the good thing about Robinhood is it offers a 1 to 3% match on the IRA contributions based on your membership type. But if you already have a fund manager like Vanguard or Fidelity managing your 401k or IRA, then you don't really need to use this platform for IRA contributions. But that's an option. If you go with Robinhood, they give you that option to invest in IRA. Charles Schwab, regarding customer service, they have an excellent customer service. You can actually realistically walk into a Schwab branch, and get an in-person help, or you can call their 24/7 customer service, which is really great to have, right? Charles Schwab also allows you to invest in 529 educational plans, which Robinhood does not give you that option. And the best thing about Schwab, personally, that I like is, it gives you access to company news, financial analysis, charts, and all of that really helps in making your investment decision. That is, if you are planning to invest in individual stocks, that's very, very useful information for you. But if you're investing in ETFs, you can always fish for information on the web. And Charles Schwab is currently the number one platform, to invest in all kinds of options like fractional shares, ETFs, mutual funds, bonds, international stocks. So it's like all in one platform, a full service platform is what I would like to call it, And I do have an account with Charles Schwab. I've not had any issues for the past several years that I have been trading with Charles Schwab or on the Charles Schwab platform. I mean, okay, so one thing also is Robinhood, you do get access to financial analysis if you are a gold member. But if you just have a regular account with Robinhood, then you do not get access to the financial analysis tools. So, yeah, now let's look at our next option, the banking platform, banks. It's really interesting to see that most of these banks like JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, SoFi, they all are now providing investment platforms which are directly integrated with their checking or savings account. So if you have a checking or savings account in any of these banks, and I'm sure there are many other banks that give you that option, it's just that I'm not aware. But if you have a checking or savings account on any of the with any of these banks, then you do get access to their self-directed investment platforms. So, that's definitely an advantage. Like if you don't want to move your money into a health savings account outside of your bank, you can definitely move it into your investment account within your bank and then just put your money in some of those safe mutual funds or ETFs and see it grow. Now, the different pros, let's look at the pros and cons of having an investment account with your bank. It's easy to invest without opening another additional investment account since it's already linked to your own account. So it also makes it easy to move money from your savings to your checking to your trading account without any additional setup requirements. It also provides a one-stop view of where your money is. Now let's look at the cons. It does not allow after hours trading. At least the bank that I have my account in does not allow after hours trading. If you have an account in a bank that gives you investment platform, then I think it's good to check with them or check over there if they allow you to trade after hours. Yeah, so anything before 9 or after 4, you cannot trade on the banking platform. Now, it's a basic trading platform, it's not a hi-fi zone. There are basic trading features you can buy, you can sell. Many of them allows you to buy fractional shares also, but some of them might not allow you to buy fractional shares, so that's something you need to look for while opening an investment account in your with your bank. Just check if they allow you to trade in fractional shares. I think JP Morgan Chase Bank, that's the number. I think right now they're lead in terms of the features that they allow on the investment platform, and they do allow you to buy fractional shares and dividend reinvesting. And also, they might not provide you stock analysis for informed decision making. So yeah, these are the only cons. And so the main information that you need to open your trading account is very simple. They just need your name, your phone number, your email ID, SSN, date of birth, and a beneficiary. Beneficiary information is very important. It's basically your backup plan. So how does opening an account work? You open the website and then you'll find a button somewhere on the screen which says open account. So you click over there, and then when you click on the open account, it gives you options to select what type of investment account do you need. It can either be a individual brokerage account, a joint brokerage account, an IRA account. So different options will be provided based on which platform you're opening your account on. And then you're led to enter your personal information and then also name your beneficiary. And that's it. That's as simple as it gets. That's all you need to provide. It's maybe a matter of few minutes for you to go ahead and open a trading account with any of the platforms. It can be a bank or I think bank, you don't even need all of these steps. Mainly if you're opening with a trade brokerage account like Charles Schwab or Robinhood, these are some of the questions that will be asked. And yeah, so things to look for while choosing and opening a brokerage account. And this is very important. So one thing that's very important is what are the fees that will be charged? Accounts like Edward Jones or any of your local family owned firms, they are going to charge you a higher fees anywhere from 1 to 1.5%. So look for accounts that charge you zero fees. Now, investing has become much easier, which is why many of us can manage our own investments by keeping it simple. You don't really need to trade individual stocks if you're a beginner. Always go with ETFs, mutual funds, and then as you grow along on your investment journey, then you can start taking more risks or more informed risks, as I would call it. A service offered, look for firms that give you full service and have a good customer care or customer service, or branch offices that are easily accessible to you. Portability, look for accounts that are portable. Many of the good investment platforms like Fidelity and, Charles Schwab, they offer you that portability. So if you want to move your ETFs, your individual stocks from one platform to the other, you don't have to sell all your investments. You can just port it across the platform. So this is something that's really very important before you open. So if you already have an investment account, go and have a look. Does it allow you this flexibility to port your investments when, say, sometime in the future you feel there is a need to do that, right? Now, beneficiary, this is also very important. Update the beneficiary information. So most of the brokerage accounts, the banking accounts are going to allow you to do this. So that's something you need to do when opening a brokerage account. Identify who your beneficiary is going to be if it's an individual brokerage account. Now, the biggest mistake, as you all know, and as I've already told you, in 2026 is to not have a brokerage account. Come on, guys. I mean, you can have a brokerage account of your own. You don't need to immediately start investing, but the first step to investing is to have a brokerage account. And if you don't have one, then this is the best time for you to open one today. So I'm looking forward to hearing that from my friends, especially, or people whom I know, that you have opened a brokerage account. And from everyone out there, please send me a comment on wherever you see this video and let me know if this encouraged you to open one. All right, so let's see how to open a brokerage or a trading account. I'm going to show you how to open one with Charles Schwab. So yeah, just go to Google, type Charles Schwab account opening, then you get this link. Click on Charles Schwab Brokerage, like how I'm just doing right now. And then look for a tab that says open an account. Okay, here you have on your right side, click on the right button, open an account. So these are the different investment options on the Charles Schwab platform. Your individual brokerage, joint, Roth IRA, traditional IRA, or a rollover. So we are interested in either an individual or a joint brokerage account. So let's go and see how to open an individual brokerage account. And you guys can explore, further. So to open, you have all these details, basically says, yeah, 0 monthly service fee, no account minimum. You can just open an account and keep it. I hope you don't just keep it, but start investing. You can buy, sell stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, everything that we just went over, in our presentation. So there's a button that says get started. So click on get started. Let's see what information they need. They need your first name, middle name, last name, suffix. Are you in United States? Yes, no, date of birth, social security number, email address, anything over here, because it's not going to let me do that. So this is what you will be doing, to open an account. Now, the biggest roadblock, as you all know, and as I've already mentioned, in 2026 is to not have a brokerage account. Come on, friends. I mean, you can have a brokerage account of your own. You don't need to immediately start investing, but the first step to begin your investment journey is to have your very own brokerage account. It can either be your individual or a joint account that you open for you and your spouse. And if you don't have one, then there is no better time to open one, but it is today. And I will soon cover a lot of topics related to investments. Firstly, what are the commonly used investment terms? Age-based investment. So where are you in your investment journey, or where will you be in your investment journey, and how to make sure you invest the right amount to get a substantial advantage during your retirement years. Now, also, we are going to go over the different investment buckets and finding out what best suits your need. We'll have discussion on wealth building, retirement planning, 2026, what lies ahead. Is AI the thing, or is it just a bubble? So we are going to find all of that out, and how to build a balanced portfolio of investments. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, right? You want it to be spread to ensure that you are financially secure. So that's something we're going to see look at, and a look at dividend ETFs. So what are those ETFs where if you invest in right now for the next 10, 15, 20, 25 years is going to give you a stable income during your retirement. So we are going to look at that as well. And a lot more interesting topics are going to be covered. So please be with me, please stay with me, follow me, subscribe to my channel, and I will meet you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.